Hi, my name is Josh. I'll be leading you through a 10-minute Vinyasa sequence. We'll start with some light stretching, move into a couple of flows, and then cool it down right afterwards. Starting at the top of your mat, take a few deep breaths before we begin, and then on an inhale, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward and come to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach all the way up, the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back for a plank, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg high, making sure the big toe is rotated down towards the mat. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, step the foot through the hands. Bend that front knee backwards and forwards just to get the blood flowing. Get some movement in the joint. And then when you settle in, inhale and open up to Warrior Two. Making sure that your hips are in line with your shoulders. Making sure that back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Pressing into the heel of the front foot and pressing out the outer edge of the back foot. On an inhale, reach up and over for Reverse Warrior. Little to no weight in the back hand with the right hand overhead. On an inhale, come up, and exhale, come down into triangle pose. With two straight legs, little to no weight in the right hand, left hand, and overhead, looking at the palm of the hand. Inhale, come up, reverse triangle. On an exhale, reach both hands down to the mat for extended pyramid pose, bringing the left heel off the ground, staying here for a nice stretch. And on an inhale, come back up to Reverse Warrior. Again, making sure you have a deep bend in that front knee. On your next exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. Step the feet back, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left heel high. Again, making sure the big toe is rotated down towards the mat. On an exhale, step the foot through the hands. Again, rocking back and forth on that knee joint, just to increase the mobility and blood flow. And on an inhale, open up for Warrior Two, second side. Reaching equally in opposite directions, looking over the fingers of the left hand. On an inhale, Reverse Warrior, keeping the bend in the front knee. On an exhale, coming down to triangle pose. Again, reaching the hands in opposite directions, pressing the hips as far back as you can while keeping the legs straight. Inhale, come up for Reverse Triangle, bending at the middle back and not the hips, pressing the hips forward to increase the balance and stability in the pose. On an exhale, bringing both hands down to the mat, extended pyramid pose, bringing the back heel off the ground, but keeping both legs straight. And then on an inhale, coming back to reverse warrior, bringing that bend back into the front knee, reaching up and back. Exhale, bringing both hands down to the mat, stepping both feet back, lowering down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath per movement, reaching the right leg high on an inhale. Exhale, step through the hands. Inhale, warrior 2. Another deep inhale, reverse warrior pose. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga, step the feet back, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior 2. Another deep inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, extended pyramid pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Step the hands down to the mat. Step the foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here, just to reset the heart rate and gain control of the breath. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Exhale, step it through the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reaching the pinkies toward each other, bringing the shoulders down the back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right, keeping the back leg as straight as possible and looking back towards the right hand. On an inhale, exalted warrior, bringing the right hand to the left leg for stability, but reaching the left hand overhead and back. Exhale, plant the left hand on the ground for a twisted lunge. Making sure the hips stay in line here, looking up at the lifted hand. After a deep breath in, exhale to a big movement here, going to one-legged Tadasana, raising the left knee high, parallel to the hip, flexing the left foot. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, airplane warrior, keeping the back leg as straight as possible, bringing the shoulders in line with the hips. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat for a standing split, bringing that left heel as high as you can. Exhale, move into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left heel high. Exhale, step it through the hands. Inhale, crescent moon, making sure your hips are in one straight line, parallel with the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, looking back at the left hand. Inhale, exalted warrior, second side, keeping the bend in that front knee as much as possible while keeping the back leg straight. Exhale, plant the right hand down to the mat for a revolved lunge. On an inhale, step all the way through to a one-legged Tadasana, this time with the right knee parallel to the mat, flexing the right toes. On an exhale, slowly kick that right heel back to airplane warrior pose. Take a breath in here. Exhale, bring the hands slowly towards the mat for standing splits, kicking the right heel as high as you can. Exhale, plant both feet to the mat for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, go through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick the right heel high. Exhale, step it through the hands. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, revolve twist. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg high. Exhale, airplane warrior. Plant the hands to the mat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, revolved lunge. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg high. Exhale, airplane warrior. Plant the hands to the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to come to your knees and rest in a child's pose, taking a couple deep breaths here to again regain composure and control over the breath. And when you're ready, come to all fours. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg high. Exhale, step to the outside of the hands this time. Bringing that back knee down to the mat. Feeling a nice stretch in the inner hip, groin area. Feel free to stay here on your hands or come down to the elbows and forearms. And just breathe here for a few moments. For more of a challenge, come back up to your hands, bend the back knee, reach the right arm back for the left foot, and twist at the torso, looking back at the hand. Slowly come out of that pose and back into downward facing dog, and switch sides. Bringing that left foot on the outside of the hands, and bringing that back knee down to the mat for an inner groin hip stretch. Again, option to come down to the forearms. And also option to bend the back knee, reaching back for the right foot. Slowly release the foot, plant the hands, and step back into downward facing dog. Again, coming back down to the knees, coming back into child's pose, and surrendering to the floor with a few deep breaths. And this concludes our 10-minute Vinyasa flow.